So I can only imagine that a world would be limitless if we knew that it was. That's why I speak about human immortality the way that I do, is because if you know the route in which to take in order to achieve that, then you would, because of the level in which you would be able to enjoy and experience life. So fundamentally, being able to live a long period of time, longer than we might think to be possible, is definitely the goal, or should be the goal, for humans, for people to be able to achieve the maximum capabilities that life has to offer us, to be able to engineer and hardwire our minds and our physical bodies to be able to withstand so much strain and so much pressure that nothing could unalive them. It's a really interesting topic for me because I used to eat because I used to eat fast food, and I used to eat meat, and I used to eat hot Cheetos or Doritos or brand name food items that you would get from the grocery store without really even thinking about it. And then I started meditating and doing breath work. And I noticed that my longing for these things started to dissipate. So then I became a vegetarian or a fruitarian. For many years, I was only eating fruit, like how I am now. There's always an ebb and a flow. And so there were some days when I had um, maybe like an Impossible Whopper or something like that. Right? So you just listen to your body and it'll tell you what it needs. And so I was meditating and doing breath work and doing yoga and things like that, just studying eclectic knowledge. The more I did those things, the less I needed anything from the outside world. The more I had inside of myself, the more abundance I was able to cultivate inside of myself because of these practices, because of the energy that these practices allowed my vessel to obtain. So the more I continued to do the practices, the less I found that I needed things from the outside world to make me feel good, because I felt good on the inside already. And the better I felt, the better I feel, the more I'm noticing that the less I need to actually nourish myself. I've been doing these practices for over 9 years now, and there isn't even a flow, and but it's a process. It's a process, but it works. So eventually, I'm feeling like I won't need to eat food anymore. eventually I feel like I might not need to sleep anymore. Or 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, depending on what I do in that day, will suffice for me and my levels of energy. The levels of energy that my body creates and produces naturally because of the work and the engineering that I have done to my body in the past. So this is very important because the more that you are able to do in a day, for example, the more you will create your own personal source of energy or activate the all permeating source of energy, the energy that permeates throughout all of existence. Some people call it God. The more you do, the more you show appreciation for life and for existence. And it's not really appreciation. It's just wanting to live and experience this life. Because there's nothing to appreciate. There's no one to thank, really. So your thank you to the universe is to do and experience more of what life has to offer. So the more you're able to do, the more you're able to experience. And the more you're able to experience, the more you're able to receive. But it also depends on what your focus, where your focus is directed. Because if your focus is